Proverbs 29. The first verse here in verse 1 says, "He who is often reproved, yet stiffens his neck, will suddenly be broken beyond healing." Now, we do read from the ESV. We would love for you to read along with us. And as we go through this chapter of Proverbs, Proverbs is wisdom literature. And when we look at this, he who is often reproved, yet stiffens his neck, will suddenly be broken beyond healing. And when you think about reprove, we're talking about verbal correction or rebuke. And we see this in Proverbs 1:30, 5:12, Proverbs 9:7-8, 10:17, and 12:1. And so these are some verses that also talk about this same idea. One who is reproved, it's verbally corrected, verbally rebuked. This person, this idea of stiffening their neck, they become strong-willed and they're unteachable. I'm sure we've encountered people at times that just seemed very unteachable, unreachable, so to speak, because they stiffen their neck. They don't want to hear anything you have to say. Even if you're trying to be reasonable with them, they don't want to be reasonable back, and they don't want to hear it. They just want to. I was sharing a a clip that I turned into a short the other day from an encounter of this older man. Like, this man was in his later 50s, maybe 60s, and I thought he was a professor at Cleveland State University, and I tried to give him a gospel track. And while I'm talking to this guy, he's going like this with his hands in his ears and like, nah. Like, I'm like, this person is like very immature. I'm trying to have a conversation with this guy, but he stiffened his neck to the word of God. And this is the response that he was giving to me, right? And then when it says beyond healing, we're talking about broken forever, wounded without a care, receiving eternal judgment ultimately from God. That is what the verse 1 is kind of laying out there for us.